love, love, love. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh.
All right, there is our mental math. $3.20, 0.05, m equals 6. 1, estimate here, 600 divided by 10 would be 6, and 3/4 of 200 is 150. And here we go. All we want you to do is be able to do division problems and write your answers as a remainder, a mixed number, and as a decimal. So all division problems can be written either like this, this, or this. And sometimes you don't know which one it is you're supposed to show. In this case, they tell you all three. And let me start by let's do the work. 54 divided by 4. Okay, so we do 1 times 4. Now we know this is not going to be perfect. So let's stop there. It's 13, and we're not doing decimal yet. So we've got 13, and then we've got a 2 left over. So if we write it as with a remainder, back when we would go, okay, remainder 2, right? So the answer would be 13 remainder 2. All right. How else can let's answer that as a mixed number. That means with the fraction, this is what I've been requiring lately. So we take the remainder, put it over the denominator, and so we get 13 and 2/4, right? So I'll just write it so you can see where I got that, which is 13 and 1/2. And as a decimal, we could just keep going, right? So bring down that. There we go. And as a decimal, everything is nice and neat and tidy because we get down to a 0. So 13.5. So these are all equivalent answers to the same problem. Written, they're just in 3 different forms, with a remainder, a fraction, or we call it a mixed number, and a decimal. And you see where we got each of those? And let's move on and divide 37.4 by 9. And what do they want us to do? Round the quotient to the nearest thousandth. So that tells me we're going to be answering in decimals. That's why I already put it up there, because this word is thousandth. We're going to be in decimals. And we go ahead and divide that out. Okay, now to the nearest thousandth, we're going to have to go out a couple tenths, hundredths, thousandths to there, right? So we go ahead and bring down the 0. And 9 goes into 45. Oh, and it looks like we've got a repeating decimal there. Oops. If I do this right, we got a repeating decimal there. And it's going to keep going. And it says round to the nearest thousandth. So I'm there at the thousandth, but I've got to take it out to the 10,000th spot in order to round. Okay, don't forget that idea. So now tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. Now I can round to this spot because this guy is big enough to round this 5 up to a 6. So the answer is 4.156 rounded. Okay, I believe we only have one more example. Like I said, this one's probably one of the shortest we've had or will have this week. And we actually have a story problem, yay, so that's exciting, right? Story problems really help you figure out how you're supposed to answer a question, okay? Vans will be used to transport 27 scouts on a camping trip. Each van can carry 6 scouts. Now, if you're thinking ahead, you're thinking, all right, 6 does not go into 27 perfectly. So we're going to have one van one van won't be full, right? And so we have to figure out how many vans can we fill. All right, well, we could do it this way by just saying 27 divided by 6, and 6 times 4 is 24, and we've got 3 left over. So think about this way. We have, if we put 6 scouts on buses or in vans, and they're 27 scouts all together, and we divide them up into groups of 6, we have 4 groups of 6 with 3 left over. So 4 people got in a group of 6, and then we got 3 stragglers who are probably feeling a little left out, okay? So we can fill 4 full vans. All right, how many vans will be needed though? Will 4 vans get all of the scouts there? No, 4 vans will only get 24 scouts to the camping trip. What do we do with the other 3? We got to get another van, and even if the van is kind of empty, they're invited. So how many vans will be needed? 5 vans need to be ordered in order to get everybody there, right? And if all but 1 van will be full, how many scouts will be in the van that won't be full? Well, we just said we've got those 3. Now, hopefully everyone's nice, so 3 would be in that last van. Hopefully it's a nice group of people, and maybe they did groups of 5 instead, because now we have 5 vans. What if we did a couple groups of 5, and then these 3 won't feel so lonely. And now you may go ahead and do the practice. Check the answers in the solutions manual. Again, super short lesson. All right, divide 55 by 4. Oops, let me write that right. Divide 55 by 4 and write the answer different ways. Okay, so we've got 13 remainder 3. As a mixed number would be 13 and 3/4. And the next one would be, as a decimal number, I'm going to keep it going. There we go. 13.375. Now I could have, or 13.75. 3/4 is 0.75, so we could have just gone from there to there, but I showed you what happens if we don't necessarily know what the fraction converts to quickly. All right, now divide 5.5 by 3, and we're going to round the answer to 3 decimal places. So I'm going to go ahead and write out 3 decimal places right there to start. All right. And I'm going to run out of room, I can already tell. Sorry if you can't see this. Hopefully you'll get the gist of it, because we're going to get into repeating decimals now. Now you also probably did this. So as you can tell, it's going to get to be 1.8333. Okay, and if we round it to 3 decimal places, we want to stop here. And that means this 3 does not have any power to raise this, so it's just going to be 1.833 is our final answer. And the last one, 93 horses are kept in 4 stables as equally as possible. How many horses are in each of the 4 stables? So if we did 93 divided by 4, we would get 23 horses with 1 left over. Oops, you can't even see that. Sorry about that. 23 horses with 1 left over. Okay, so how many are kept in each of the 4 stables? Well, if it's as equally as possible, we're going to have 23, 23, 23, and 24 will be in the last stable. Horses. Okay, so these are more common sense. If you get stuck, really try and think about it. If it was a real life situation, how would you divide those horses up? And this would be the most balanced way.